Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Should be a good one here this afternoon. Settling in now, Fernando Tatis Jr. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
For San Diego, the shortstop, number 23.
And we are underway here in Flushing as the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball one. Grounded up the first baseline. Alonso has it, and he'll step on first himself for the out. A chance now to give you a look at the Padres' starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, I love watching Manny Machado do his thing. He's one of those guys who won at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter. I love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
So frustrating, Hero. You make a good pitch and you get these guys that can run around and they're fast. You think you have an out, and all of a sudden it turns into an infield single.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game, the ground attack, Dan. He's a speedster. He's going to get a ton of infield singles, and he knows how frustrated that pitcher is.
Fouled away. Margot stands at first with one out. And it's fouled away. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Manny Machado is the second out of the opening frame. Eric Hosmer is in with two away now as he looks at a called strike one. Behind 0-2 now. Another 0-2 coming. Count remains at 0-2. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The second baseman, number 6.
Popped straight up. Tatis into shallow center, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Somebody's going to be icing their thumbs after this game. That's a jam sandwich, but able to mix in a knock.
First pitch of the at-bat. Line hard, but this will be a foul ball. Line to the right side, and that's in there. Base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Hey, two runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
In now, Michael Conforto. He swings and sends it in the air out to left center. Margot's on the move, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. With a moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. Mark, daytime baseball at home. What do we need to know about these guys?
You know, taking a look at this lineup, Matt, one thing you have to take into account is the variables that you can't control. And that's the wind. It's blowing in. It's howling in. You're going to see some guys in this lineup change their approach. Not be looking for that launch angle and trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. It's going to take a big man to put one over the wall today.
First pitch of the at-bat. Back up the middle. Scooped up. There's one. On to Hosmer. A double play, and that ends the inning. An inning in the books. Scoreless on MLB Network. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
The right fielder, number 10.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Great job by the pitcher right there to pull the string. He knew he had an aggressive hitter at the plate, somebody who was sitting on fastball and ready to do damage, and he was able to slow him down right there and get him off balance.
Popped him up. Frazier in foul ground. Makes the play, one away.
Here's the defensive alignment for the New York Metropolitans. And I'm locking in on Ahmed Rosario today, fielding the shortstop position for his team. This is a guy that's still a work in progress, a young ball player on both the offensive and defensive side, but he can wow you. This guy can go in the hole, and he's got a plus arm from shortstop.
A 1-2 count to Will Myers.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe, and unfortunately, he let that one go, and he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
Fouled off. Here's another 2-2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Nice two-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. Mejia, a former member of the Cleveland Indians. He was acquired via trade last year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Usually you see chases outside the zone on off-speed stuff like sliders, breaking balls, and changeups. But to chase a fastball that far outside the zone tells me this hitter's not seeing it well at all.
Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Batting 8.
Now to the plate, number 9. First trip to the plate for him in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. And that misses low and away, ball 1. Mejia leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And that's off the plate and high, 2-0 now.
That was a non-competitive pitch right there, and he finds himself behind 2-0 in this situation. He's going to have to locate something down the zone, get himself back in this count.
3-1. And a full count now, 3-2.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving.
And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that will... Stepping in, Wilson Ramos. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Wilson.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Takes this the other way to right. But this is right at him in right field, as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out.
Batting 6. No one fielder.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And into bat next will be J.D. Davis. First offering on its way. Line to the right side. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
You think there's any justice in the game? Watch those 2 at-bats. Both of them hit on the absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's a single. Go figure.
Now at the plate, Todd Frazier. He'll get to take his first cuts here. High in the air out to center field. Margot's under it. 2 gone. So a runner at first with 2 away, and that'll bring up a former Gold Glover. Here's Juan Lagares. First delivery to him on the way. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Into right field. That'll drop. It's another base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now. Coming to the plate now, Jacob deGrom. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He's set, and the pitch. Hit out towards second. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the... Next to hit will be the pitcher, number 59. 9-1-2 due up.
Number 59.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0.
Hey, great take on that slider away right there. But I'm thinking in that situation, that pitcher's got to execute a little bit better. That was almost a non-competitive pitch. Being outside, you could almost have let that one go right out of his hand.
And the Padres pitcher behind with a 1-2 count.
Is that gun reading right there? Because that just registered at 91 miles an hour on a slider. If he's working that pitch, that's most guys' fastballs. It's going to be a long game.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
That softly hit to right. Will that get down? McNeil will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. One gone.
Now batting.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And up steps the big bat of Fernando Tatis Jr. And he fouls this one off. Third inning, no score to this point. He looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And that'll bring up the versatile center fielder Manuel Margot. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. Even 1-1 count to Margot. Now the 1-1 pitch. Count is 1-2 now. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. 2 out, nobody on. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
With the meat of the order due up next, you could probably expect to see something you can handle here with the full count as the 2-hole hitter.
And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings. Here's Manny Machado now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Looked like he tried to pull it there, but he swings right through the fastball.
Great job of getting back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that the side is retired. Padre coming to the plate now, Jeff McNeil, a base hit in his first trip.
The second baseman, number 6.
First pitch on its way. 0-1 the count. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is line to left. And a base hit. So early trouble to lead off the inning.
Hey, there's a base hit to lead off the third inning. Talk about having a lot of traffic, Hero. He's given up several hits already, so he's been in the stretch most of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Dan. That is the name of the game for this offense. They're trying to get this guy in the stretch. Hopefully he misses over the heart of the plate like he's been doing so far up until this point.
The 0-1 pitch. Now a bunt attempt here, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. Rosario is a guy that can really pick him up and put him down, if you will. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty. Hits the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it out. I can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield defense to be put on their toes and have to make plays against this guy.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Ahmed Rosario is retired for the first out here in the bottom half of the third. First pitch coming. Here it is. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that's through for a hit. Long throw to third. And he's safe.
There's a hard-hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Up next will be the power bat of Peter Alonso, as he'll get out ahead of a changeup and swing through it for strike one. Line toward the alley in left center. And there's a base hit as the runner will score from third, and that gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. Get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
With one out and runners on the corners, some managers like to hit and run here. It's a little risky, but it can help you stay out of the double play if it's well executed.
0-2, here it comes. Rolled slowly down the first baseline, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Now another 0-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone. Striding in once again, J.D. Davis.
The left fielder, J.D. Davis.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
I don't blame the batter for pulling the trigger right there. Those fastballs light up your eyes, and you can occasionally do damage with them, but he wasn't able to catch up with that one.
Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with two strikes. A pause, and the 0-2. Hit to short. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Standing in, Eric Hosmer. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fast.
Ouch, that one hit him. In now, Hunter Renfroe comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. And a slider stays outside, and he falls behind 2-0.
Do you take your chances in this situation as a hitter, knowing he's just missed outside 2 pitches in a row, and dive a little bit and try and drive something in the opposite field?
And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
The left fielder, number 4.
So stepping in, Will Myers, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Pitch is way outside, and he can't even get a glove on it. So now 2 men in scoring position. The 1-1 is taken for ball 2.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Davis is after it. And the play is made, but this should be good enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. In to score the runner from third.
The batter, the catcher.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Francisco Mejia. The potential second run of the inning stands at third. 1-0 the count. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2.
This is a situation where the offensive player just needs to do his job. Take inventory, infield back, get you a ground ball somewhere in the infield, preferably off the corners, and get your team a lead.
Stepping in, number 9, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Lays off 1-0. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
1-2 now. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. At the plate, Todd Frazier flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Tries to bunt his way on here, but this is a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away. And he popped him up. Back into foul territory behind first. And no one can get there. He'll try it again.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. One away.
The center fielder.
Into the box, Juan Lagares. He singled his last time up. On the ground to the left side. Taken in by Machado. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Now that.
Next up from New York, Jacob deGrom. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And it's fouled away. The windup and the 0-1. Fouled off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Here's a hard hit ball that'll be caught out there at short. Unlucky that time. And that. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Andy Green during the commercial break about the Padres offense. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already worked out 3 walks, so he feels as though that kind of willingness to let the opposition work themselves into trouble will continue to result in good things for them on the scoreboard.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Number 59 is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those 2 pitches weren't even close. Ball's behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
And this is nowhere close, and it's a 4-pitch walk.
The ball, number 23.
A wild pitch, but the catcher is able to knock it down. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. 1-1 to San Diego's leadoff batter. And it's 1-2. 1 run, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. Changeup, and that fades down and away. 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ballgame. Runner in scoring position at second with 1 away. And that'll bring up the versatile center fielder Manuel Margot.
That was a changeup, so there really wasn't any intent behind it. Looked to me like it just slipped out of his hand a little bit. That'll happen sometimes because of the grip of that straight changeup.
2-1 the count. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
I know this team has been struggling offensively, but here's a perfect situation with a 3-1 count. You have a chance to do some damage. You know you're getting a guaranteed fastball.
And that misses ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Manny Machado is in for the third time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. A ball and a strike now to Machado.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
Oh, he may have been a little disoriented there or something. That's going to allow his man to reach first safely. Not particularly graceful there, and as a result, he'll be slapped with an E4 on the play. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman. And he fouls this one off. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And another foul ball.
As a pitcher right there, do not be surprised if he throws the same exact pitch. He was lucky to foul that one off.
Alonso shading to his right.
Wow, talk about frustrating. Not what you want to do with the bases loaded. A simple pop-up, and nothing productive comes out of that.
Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1. Renfroe, a 27-year-old, he was selected in the first round back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Jeff McNeil. 2 base hits, both singles to this point. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Hit hard to short. Tatis from the outfield grass. Throw in time as he's called out on a bang-bang play at first. Well, it certainly was a bang-bang play, so no surprise here that they're giving it another look, and they may decide to challenge the call on the field.
Yeah, definitely one of those bang-bang plays, and looking at it right here again, I still don't know if I can tell for sure. Going to be interesting to see what they decide to do here.
And indeed, they will elect to challenge the call. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will review the play from all available angles to come to a final decision. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Myers is under it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The right fielder, number 30.
Ready once again, Michael Conforto. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. Now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. And he will apply the tag himself, and the inning is over. Here's Will Myers, 0 for 1 with a run batted in thus far.
The left fielder,
now there's a changeup to start him out, but it drops low and away for ball 1.
The guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2. Hit out towards second. McNeil up the middle. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Up next to the Padres.
First offering on its way.
Francisco.
This is swung on and bounced to McNeil at second. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. And the effort pays off as he's able to recover and get the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 9.
Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike. 1 run, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. High and deep down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. way outside. 1-2.
I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Score remains tied 1-1. Now at the plate, Peter Alonso. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Takes this the other way to right. Renfroe is there, 1 away.
Next for the Mets.
1 away now for the Mets in the 6th. And next is the catcher, Wilson Ramos. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
A great job of changing speeds there. It's 0-2.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out. J.D. Davis, the next at bat. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. This is in the air to center. Does he have another 1-2-3 for the Ledger? You bet he does. 11 in. Greg Garcia is up off the bench as he'll pinch hit here to start inning number 7. In there, and it's 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. Throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. Up next is Fernando Tatis Jr. 4th trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
Davis will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first.
Now batting.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Margot, a native of the Dominican Republic. He's in his 3rd season as a major league player.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
So this is pulled in by the shortstop.
The third baseman, number 13.
Digging in now, Manny Machado. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. A ball and a strike.
Snuck that high, hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ballgame, and the inning is over. Matt Strom gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Here's Todd Frazier now. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Here's the first pitch to him. No balls and a strike to count. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. That ball's headed for the gap in left center. He's got a base hit, possibly more. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double.
Now batting.
Here's Juan Lagares now. He's got a base hit tonight. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
When you drive the ball into the gap like that, nothing but good things can happen. Neither one of the outfielders had the wheels to catch up to it, and he glides easily into second for a double. Now we'll see if the guys behind him can get him in.
And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. So here now is the pitcher, Jacob deGrom. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And that'll bring home the runner from third to make this a 2-1 ball game.
Now batting.
Boy, those have to feel really good, Dero. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? To second for one. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lifted in the air out to center field. Margot's under it, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Digging in to try it again, Eric Hosmer. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Eric Hosmer.
Now a check swing. Did he go around? No, says Kenny Jansen. It's ball one. Line shot to first, and there's one away. Stepping into the box, Hunter Renfroe. And I think the question becomes, how much longer are they going to stick with this starter? Fatigue could very well become a factor at some point.
Yeah, that's always a tough question to answer for a manager, especially when your guy's still pitching well. You've got to kind of look for some signs. Is he starting to get hit more? Is he losing his command? Even if he's still throwing strikes, stuff like that.
Yeah, good points to keep an eye on if he continues on much longer.
That wasn't a terrible pitch right there, but if he's going to execute and get this swing and a miss, he's going to have to get that ball a little bit further down, maybe even potentially bounce the next one.
Even 2-2 count to Hunter Renfroe.
And it's late to his afternoon of work, and the longer this at bat goes, the better of chance of him making a mistake. But as a guy starts to tire, they're more likely to leave the ball up. But man, he's been good so far.
So he punches him out and looking at the fastball. Hunter Renfroe goes down for out number 2 in the top half. A bouncer up the middle. And the throw just does beat him at the bag, so the side is retired. Next to the Mets, Michael Conforto. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8. Now a ball hit hard towards center. Now gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So with that, the Mets have a runner aboard to get the inning underway.
Sometimes the first pitch is the best pitch you'll see all at bat. Definitely coming out of his shoes, aggressive style. First pitch, base hit up the middle.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. And a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game.
Boy, Dero, there's a case of the outfield defense playing so deep that ball looked like it was extra bases all the way, but they were able to cut it off.
Yeah, not too many times I would agree. I'd love to hear your take on this as well. The no doubles defense, I kind of never understood it to begin with. I felt like the pitcher, if he can execute the game plan, could keep the ball in front of the outfielders, but right there, boy, I was wrong. That worked.
Margot on his horse. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Ready for another shot now, J.D. Davis. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted in the air to center. Margot is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Now batting, third baseman.
So 2 are gone in the Mets half of the 8th. And standing in a power threat in Todd Frazier, the third baseman. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Popped him up. Mejia over to his right. And that's the third out. So it's
Leading off for the Padres, the catcher, Francisco Mejia.
Edwin Diaz comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th.
Edwin.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
And a slider gets away from him here as it just about got him in the ankle.
Well, this team, they're swinging at everything, but that pitch was just a little too far out of the strike zone.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Final line there for the Mets starting pitcher. Great day's work any way you look at it.
Superb pitching performance in this one, Matty V. 8 rock-solid innings in line for the win. Now needs some help from the bullpen.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a slider down the middle, but laid off. Hit in the air down the left field line. Davis on the move, in there, a base hit. And this will find its way to the 335 sign. And he's going to get there, and he's in at third now as the tying run after the 1-out triple.
And that's the chance you take when you lay out for a ball like that. You make the play and you're a hero on the highlight shows. You miss it and you're picking yourself up and chasing after it.
And he's got a chance to tie things up here as the equalizer sits just 90 feet away. Frazier in foul ground. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. The San Diego batting order turns over and set to go. Fernando Tatis Jr. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much. 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Stays alive, still 0-2. San Diego down to their final strike. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. Lagares is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
Pitching and defense game, 2-1, the final score this afternoon. The Mets jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Jacob deGrom pitches well enough to get the W. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious New York Mets, 2 runs on 11 hits.